All right, welcome to the show. Tricia McLaughlin, Assistant DHS Secretary. Tricia, thank you for this. I appreciate it. So I'm reading, it's interesting, in terms of Mr. Trump's takeover of the D.C. cops, I'm reading that plainclothes police were jumping out of unmarked cars over the weekend. They started right away as soon as the order was put into place. Also, that plainclothes police were telling vagrants and others to, pack up and leave and start cleaning up the city. So my point is, this thing started fast. It's got momentum.
Absolutely. President Trump means business, and he's a man of his word. Immediately, Secretary Noem deployed CBP agents, Secret Service agents, as well as ICE law enforcement agents, and they have more authorities than just enforcing immigration law. They also can enforce criminal law as well. Of course, Secretary Hegseth has sent out the National Guard, and we're working with our state and local partners as well, Larry. But President Trump means business. He's enforcing the law once again. We saw this at our southern border. He solved the crisis there in less than 100 days, and I think he's going to do the same thing here in Washington, D.C. with a crime crisis. And
Tricia, I'm also reading, I'm educating myself as I can, but the Washington, D.C. police commander was suspended in mid-July for, wait for it, rigging the numbers, which is what Mr. Trump charged yesterday at the news conference. Now, they all denied it and ran around and said, oh, no, no. Turns out this guy was busted not quite a month ago, a few weeks ago. The numbers were rigged.
They were rigged, Larry, and it's just awful. It's awful to lie to the American people and the people of Washington, D.C. But further than that, I think that this shows really what's going on in this country is that we have Democrat politicians who cherry pick data or even lie about the numbers and try to convince Americans, oh, the economy in 2024 was fantastic, when Americans weren't feeling that way. We were seeing that prices were rising. And again, in Washington, D.C., we're being told that no, crime statistics are down, murder rates are down. In reality, we face the consequences here on the ground, which is that our friends are facing carjackings. I can't tell you the number of friends and colleagues that I've had that have been victims of theft or other crimes against them.
Well, Judge Jeanine Pirro, now U.S. Attorney Pirro, was doing a news conference on this. She said, I don't care what the numbers are. People are getting hurt. They're getting murdered. You mentioned carjackings. That's a big thing. So this is necessary. How difficult would it be, Tricia McLaughlin, to expand this into other cities that have the same problem? Now, the capital is a capital. It's a special situation. But, you've got other cities. People are suffering. The residents would like to have better public safety, even though the mayors and governors wouldn't. How hard is it to spread this?
Well, of course, you look at Los Angeles, Chicago, Boston, or New York. They're also facing record numbers of homicides and violent crimes. I think it's natural for us to look at, could Washington, D.C., if we can really clean this up, if we can get rid of this plague of crime and violent activities that's happening in our nation's capital, could that be a blueprint and a model for other communities around the country?
Yes.
It's something I think President Trump wouldn't shy away from, but we'll have to stay tuned.
All right. Assistant Secretary of DHS Tricia McLaughlin, thank you very much, ma'am. We appreciate it.